we have a fantasy league, which is awesome. We're going to talk about that. Desiree, this is your first time being in fantasy football. Talk
Yes.
about that experience. I'm just getting into it. Like, you paid for a subscription to the page, TikTok, and with my subscription, I will coach you on fantasy and kind of break you into the fantasy world, right? Talk about
Yes.
how that's talk about that experience for folks who've never played fantasy football being the first time you played it.
So it is a little confusing at first. Fantasy in general, it's a little there's a lot. You kind of I mean you could do the research and study if you wanted to, but I mean you kind of just get thrown in to it and you really have to learn at kind of a quick pace to
Really fast.
understand what you're doing, what you need to do, what moves to make, what players to play, who to bench, who to drop. Thank God it's only the offense you have to put together because I could not put together my own defense. Like
Some
I
people are
could not.
lunatics. Yeah, they don't have lives or jobs, and they play defensive fantasy. It's crazy.
I didn't
So
even know that was a thing.
yeah, you should know because it's terrible.
Um,
It's
if
no,
honestly, if it
it's terrible.
wasn't for your coaching in the beginning, I probably would have struggled, honestly, because that was really helpful. Because I asked you like the same question 4 times before it clicked about like my defense and my players.
How do you feel about like never playing and then like playing in a tough league? Like we're killers. Obviously, Breeze is really good. I'm very good. How do you feel about like for the first time? Because I want people who have really thought about playing and not ever really dipped their toe in. I want you to tell them how do you feel about like your progress, like not knowing anything, and then boom, you're in contention. Like you beat me like twice head to head. No, I think you're wrong twice. I think you're. Did you hit your head before you came along? You're
I just want to remind you that I'd already beaten you twice.
yeah,
Once pretty badly, and then you decided you wanted redemption last
I
week.
did.
And
Yes.
let's review
Yes.
what that score was.
Yeah, I'm the dummy
Let's
who put because you were talking shit to me, I was like, "Oh yeah?" And so I put us together and for another
I
matchup,
beat you by like 100 points.
you smoked me. So I have to say I rarely give people props, but so how does it feel? You're beating really good people, you're in contention, you're not a bottom feeder team, and you know what you're doing. How does it feel?
It feels really good, and honestly, it's really fun. Like it, I have a lot that goes on in my personal life, so it's. Um,
Okay.
my husband just texted me. He can hear me. He's laughing at me.
That's
But
cool though. I think it's cool. He's like supportive enough to roast you like the rest of us. That's love.
yeah,
I
but it
roast
is
all
it
my
it it
relationships.
does feel good, and it is a lot of fun, and it is. I mean, honestly, it takes. I mean, I usually Tuesday morning I'll go and do a quick line setup. It takes me like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and by Thursday I've gone through and nitpicked it.
Yeah.
And so like it's just a little something that just takes a little part of your day, but it's a lot of fun. It really is. And
It's you yeah, you don't think
honestly,
that
to do this well my first year, I thought for sure I would be in like the bottom three. So to even be in fourth, I'm kind of astounded.
yeah, in fact, like at this point, I'm like, I'm like, I'm so out of it, like I don't care. And you still are in it at the very end, like even like
I
it's
know.
wild, right? So it's pretty
It
cool.
is wild.
Magus to talk about the Colorado Buffaloes. I've already been doing that. I won't do that tonight, maybe tomorrow. Well, that's really cool. Also, I want people to realize like fantasy is like it's such a big deal now. Like I really think it affects the game. Like the game is like in real life is affected by stats, which I have a huge problem with that, but it is what it is. I have to adapt. But it's really nice that you actually have a support system at home where they roast you and then we roast you. So
I
are you
also I
excited
just
about
want to
next?
say I think it's important to get into a league that's fun and where you can like connect because like I
Yeah,
talk to you and I talk to Breeze
yeah,
and like so I've had conversations with the other league players and I like you I think it's important to find a league that you can actually like get involved with and it's not just like random people you just never talk to because that's half the fun is getting to trash talk the people you know that you're playing with. That's half the fun of it.
yeah, right, yeah, right. And we've never met. None of us have met in person, but we're all across the country, which is wild. The feedback is really great. You guys have given me, and next year you could totally win it. Like I actually thought you had a really good shot at winning it halfway through. I was like, wow. But you will have to be a statistically minded person. You have to really be kind of like into it. Also, you said something
Yeah.
I want to talk about. Remember earlier in the year when there was a little bit of controversy and everybody started kind of fighting? There was like,
Yeah.
right? And we forgot about that.
Yeah.
I had to
We
remind you.
yeah,
That's what
we completely just
forgot. We moved on. And
yeah.
that's what's great about a fantasy league is people always have a good draft and they're yay. And then they fight around week 3. Two or three people always get into a brawl. And then everybody's like, we're gonna quit this league, and everybody thinks it's over. And then week 7, everybody forgets. And that's what's the cool thing about fantasy. It's sports are like that. That's the coolest thing about sports. So
Yeah, I
speaking,
was in that brawl, so
you were, yeah. That's why I brought it up. It's kind of you're really good at fighting, by the way.
I am.
You were a
I
trench
should have been
fighter.
a lawyer. I could
I was
argue
gonna
till I'm blue
say
in the face.
you have no problem. But I do love how it's not about like, like you could be right, you could be wrong, but it's like just about communicating your point, your opinion. That's what it's about.